All right. Hey, y'all. Happy Tuesday. So, truth again. I want to look at a few scriptures that talk about the truth that God is. And we read last week about John or James 1:17, where he says, "For every good and perfect gift comes down from the Father of all that gives light, with whom there is no shadow of turning." There's not any chance or any glimpse of him moving. And see, that's what we can step out onto. That's what we have to cling to. These verses just keep coming back and back and back. And this is not the one, this is not where we're going, where we're planning to go, but it's where we're going to go at the moment. Hebrews chapter 6 verse 19 is where we're going to look at. So Jesus, and let's go to verse 13. Hebrews talks about Jesus as the sacrifice for us, that he is the mediator. He's the one that bridged the gap between the Father, sinless, perfect, holy, and mankind, and where we really messed up. But we've also talked about the fact that Jesus' sacrifice and his work on the cross cannot at all be compared to Adam's fall. It blows it totally out of the water, out of all proportion, is what the word says. So when we read this, it says, "For when God made his promise to Abraham, he swore by himself, since he had no one greater by whom to swear, saying, blessing, I certainly will bless you, and multiplying, I will multiply you. And so it was that he, Abram, having waited long and endured patiently, realized and obtained in the birth of Isaac, as a pledge of what was to come, what God had promised." So Abraham, having waited long and endured patiently, realized, and obtained what God had promised. Men indeed swear by greater than themselves, and with them in all disputes an oath is taken for confirmation is final. Accordingly, God also, in his desire to show more convincingly and beyond doubt to those who were to inherit the promise, the unchangeableness of his purpose and plan. Do you hear that? God so desired to assure us the unchangeableness of his purpose and plan, he intervened with an oath. So not only did he give us his word, his promise. See, it says in verse 13, "For when God made his promise to Abraham, he swore by himself, since he had no one greater to swear by," saying, I promise, I'm the guarantee, right? And so not only does he still swear by himself to us, listen to that verse. This is Hebrews 6:17. If you want to write this reference down, if you want to read it later and just meditate on this, God so wants you to be assured of the certainty of his plan towards you. Accordingly, God also, in his desire to show more convincingly and beyond doubt to those who were to inherit the promise, the unchangeableness of his purpose and plan, he intervened or mediated with an oath. This was so that by two unchangeable things, his promise and his oath, in which it is impossible for God to ever prove false or deceive us, we who have fled to him for refuge might have mighty indwelling strength and strong encouragement to grasp and hold fast the hope appointed for us and set before us. And tomorrow we'll talk about what that hope is, because I don't want to get started and have to stop midway. But today, you can rest assured and take courage in the fact that God so wanted you to be convinced and assured that he not only made a promise, he made an oath so that we could be convinced beyond doubt the unchangeableness of his purpose and plan. Oh, that's good. We'll pick up for tomorrow. I'll see you then. Bye, y'all.